You're on a path. You're here to slay.
Alright. So
You make a warning. She will lie. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him. He doesn't... The interior of the cabin is almost entirely... The blade is your implement.
enter the base.
Her voice...
Hello?
...is hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you. Good. You're still listening to reason. It would. You walk down the stairs. I am begging you to...
Okay.
Alright, I'm just gonna... Alright, I'm just gonna...
That seems like a pretty good...
I don't think I could bear being
Leaving her... So I'm the only one who likes...
one way or another. I'm going to find a way out of here. But if you don't, I can...
You have to make it.
Alright, lock in our basement.
I know you think this is some kind of... It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work.
Where are you going?
You turn your back to the princess.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? It's never too late to do the right thing. Now hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the... Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm. Its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she... Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
This is a dangerous play. Who's to say she doesn't have a weapon, and she's missing a... You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound, and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door.
Of course.
It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easy? It's not like this little door I'll hold for very long anyways.
She sounds terrible as she violently
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart. You don't know the kind of...
It doesn't sound... No.
Do you think losing an arm is actually enough to do me in? I can always find another. I'm not as frail as you think.
Also, just leaving her...
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up again. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb,
Why is it?
and then your feet, and then your legs. Whose side are you? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless.
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know...
It can't be. I'm sorry. Everything goes dark.
Good night, man.
You're on a path. You're here.
Okay. Proceed to the cabin.
This is good. I was worried you might fall for his shit again, but this is good. Whatever answers there are to be found, they aren't here, and they definitely aren't there. Seriously? You're just going to turn around?
Yep, okay.
Fine. I suppose you just
Okay, so we
quietly
didn't do
continue
this,
down the
we
path
just
away
left.
from the cabin. That's strange. You're really keen on... But fine. You turn around and...
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy.
A bit more rolling.
What's going on? It's finally happened, hasn't it? We finally cracked.
Bit too long. So we try to go around somewhere else. It's fine. Just like to do quiet. Listen to rumbling sound of many pounds of off. Dogs rage pause. Louder, something louder. You will go across the cloud gallery. We are long arrow. This is the finish up. Is there a choice? No. Deny alternate destiny or face consequences.
You're on...
Yeah! The master still. Fledger looks to do so better. Master soften makes your start flow.
You're here to...
Alright, okay. Sorry, I continue to cloud.
You make a warning. She will... The blade is your... The door to the basement, her voice
Hello?
is hypnotized. Don't let it fool you.
Alright, so I don't know what happened. So what do you try to go for this? Last time? I tried, like, the first path, I kind of just done goof, and we murdered her every time, or did our best. Now we try to just get her out as fast as possible, I think. I don't want to repeat endings. Just interesting.
Good. You're still listening to read. You walk down the stairs. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay.
Hi.
You're only making...
Thank you.
You're making... No. You walk, they're large.
I'm guessing you don't have...
Doubtful.
Okay.
With some...
Okay, I know this. But there is...
You make it easier for everyone.
Oh, there is the damage.
heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a
If I could just get out of these chains...
As she rips her flesh from her
Oh, yeah, I don't
bone,
really-
a sound comes from behind. It's or you won't... Again, you cut the blade is... No. How did...
Approach the locked door.
No. Wait. This is... Watch me.
What are...
Stop that. Your body lunge. But stop.
Resist.
The blade... As your body...
We...
She...
Yes.
What?
Yes, I know.
Can't... Oh, that everything...
Down.
Your honor... Your hit...
Proceed to the... No, we can turn around and leave. Again? Shot. Lives happy. That's all she wanted. Don't know what that does.
Forget he's... But he...
Smithing, yes, I know.
The blade is your implant.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creak, but it's still a stone basement. A soft...
Hello?
Her voice. Okay, I'm with you that we don't even know the prince. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. You walk... My love! You know she can't hear you. Oh, your spirit.
It's you.
Did you... And she called us flattery, really? Waiting for you. That's right. Well, only... And you've... We... Nothing horrible now. We never... Are you listening? If another version of me was...
That's okay. You...
That's because... Do you think she has... She doesn't. I think he's right, because I rescue her. Don't you know she's a... If her hand could just slip out... Because I'm not... Would you... one of it, then let know. You're what? Take... I would not... I'd listen to... I can't... The prince...
That sounds...
I will... And... Did I... Enough of... I'm just...
Okay. Yeah.
Like a pair of teenagers in love. And... Lock. I told you our love. You and the princess. The blade. That's right. There's still a chance for you to do the...
You're not doing that.
You take the blade from the table. Wait. No. But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and strike. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as the blade falls, but she does absolutely nothing. Your blade pierces her heart, and she...
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
And just like that, she's dead. The world is saved. Thank you for seeing this through. I know it must have been...
Oh god, that's down here, I assume. Any questions? What? Is it? I don't know. One of the endings.
Sick. You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely feel sick. I, for one, am absolutely distraught. Grief-stricken. Inconsolable. You'll get over it. Get over it. You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for. We might as well just end it all. You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that. Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our
He has some power.
Blade through her heart. This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
And I say no. If that's what you want to see, do, let's see what happens.
What? No, let's not do. You won't use your fancy reverse psychotherapeutics on me, murderer. All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstifleable. Haven't you? Haven't you all? What? What don't you believe?
Yeah.
You plunge the blade into your own heart and you can't be serious. What? I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry. That's right. You're all sorry. Everything goes dark.
You die. The grey.
You're on a path in the woods. You horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath. She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. You killed, and you clearly didn't do a good enough job. Oh, and I'm still here too. If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to throw ourselves at her feet in remorse. I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you. So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. It's our third. Your open discussion. I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now. With each passing moment, our relationship may be damaged even further, though I fear the rift between us may already be permanent. And if it is permanent, oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement. Don't provoke him. I prefer if we didn't die again. I'm not fond of dying. Why not? It was unpleasant. It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant. I'll make you feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do. And mark my words, you won't like it when it happens. Oh, how exciting. I'd love to see you try. Can I? Well, I'm not just going to try. I'm going to
he's
actually
like,
do
alright.
it.
He's like, I cannot know.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I am too.
Can I talk now? Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you that if you're here in the woods, it means that the princess is... If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that... Wait. But if her influence is spreading, that means there's hope. That means our beloved is waiting up there for us, ready to make amends. Yes, I already told you that she's alive. Don't mind him. I don't think he's doing too well. I'm doing better than any of you. I'm doing great. She's alive.
Somehow.
Influence doesn't require life. But if things restarted, why wouldn't she be alive? Who said they restarted? All they've done is changed. I shan't listen to the vile mutterings of you serpents. Onward! Our living, breathing princess awaits us. She'll find a way out eventually, and the world will... Again, he makes her out to be a monster. I'm tired of all this slander.
Is it
She's
even
never
possible
hurt
to
anyone
use
in
again?
her life except for us, and that was our fault.
I'm sorry if this is, make yourself, master yourself and make yourself for I don't.
We don't know that. She could have done all sorts of things. Turn around and leave, go to the cabin. I'm fine with either.
Turn around and leave. Bye.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed... Oh, we'll muck it up all right. We'll get our happy end. Whatever you do, don't let him... I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but... Yes, having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it? But we're just passengers here. Why stress over something you can't control? You're saying that like stress is just something you can turn off. It is. It's easy. Whatever happens, happens. This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await. The interior of the cabin feels dry and brittle. Ancient dust-covered wooden beams hold up a crumbling ceiling like mummified ribs, each elegantly carved detail of the stately building preserved in an extended stasis. Everything here has been kept safe and dry and lifeless. But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the dusty wood of the far wall. Is that her? Our beloved. So she does live. She doesn't look very alive to me. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door
The
on the
mirror
far
you
side
can
of the
always-
room. The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door. There's a mirror, that's it. The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table. Huh. That's strange. Maybe it's gone because... Perhaps it's gone because an oh-so-deserved guilt has started to worm its way into each and every one of you. Perhaps all of you do feel just as bad as I about what we've done. Though if you felt the oppressive guilt I feel, we would have manifested that weapon directly into our heart. I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
There's no door.
As if something as flimsy as a missing door would stop us on our sacred quest. Cross the room. You're clearly hallucinating, but I'd rather not get into it with you right now. The door to the basement is on the far side of the room, whether you can see it or not.
Approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door. It's so hazy. It's time for all of you. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down. So much for our reflection. I see. We are too hideous for even. No way left to go but. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an antique staircase lit by weak torchlight. The air here is so stale it practically stands still, as if the very molecules of this place have been fossilized, trapped for eons until your arrival. Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air, as if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago, their light still flickering more out of habit than from adhering to a physical reality. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs. There she is again. My love! She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment. You receive no. Do you think she's upset with us? Don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. Of course she's livid. You aren't. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor. Her wrist still. This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom.
That's sad.
See? No. What foul trickery is this? How can this be? We just saw her alive and well a moment ago, floating away transparent.
It's a ghost, man.
Whatever we saw was a ghost.
Yeah, see?
I thought we were all on the same page. Do try to keep up. Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a slamming. You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs, clutching a brightly burning torch. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before? Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even. Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying, or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table. We make amends. She obviously still... But she hasn't said anything.
You came back. I missed you.
That angelic voice. I missed you too, my beloved.
Oh yes, we cannot hear you.
You sure snapped back to your old self quick. Yes. Seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in my heart. I have found it in me to forgive the sins this body has committed. We can have our perfect romance after all.
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
The torch falls from the princess's hand and bounces down the step.
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
The skeletal wood of the basement, perfectly dry after uncountable years of desiccation, immediately catches fire.
Oh boy.
She's trying to kill us. A misplaced escalation of her passions, but clearly she still cares for us. I say we burn with her. As you rush up the stairs, the entire cabin erupts into a raging inferno.
The door we go.
You ignore the princess, throwing yourself headlong against the door, bashing at it with your clenched fists in a vain attempt at freedom. It's no use. You're stuck here as layers of you peel away into raw, seeping burns. You feel a hand on your... You turn to see the princess, face bright and smile wide with manic affection. She clutches you close to her chest, watching with loving eyes as the flames eat you away, bit by bit. The pain is unbearable at first. Every inch of you screams as your flesh is stripped away, your muscles stiffening as they're cooked, your blood boiling in your veins. But it isn't long before the flames take your nerves. and with them, your ability to feel much of anything. See? That wasn't so bad. It was so bad. You'll get used to it. There are still the feelings of... Oh, they always do in the end. You just haven't experienced enough. Eventually, you'll want them to stop too. You'll make them. The princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring skull, locked in an eternal grin. It's very romantic, really. We got our happy ending after all. We can die happy.
I wonder how this goes.
She's gone. And there's that... There's something... Yes, I feel... I'm begging you. Don't... It's different now. If...
What's me up? It's you. Rise of present, so it is into the doors of space between.
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Sounds a dream.
Vague recollections, empty tunnels without a mouth. I am sorry if I frightened you.
Gift of fragile princess.
She is... You speak in circles. I have only just now stirred to consciousness.
I see a ruler. What was it?
Nothing as we are. There is no exit. Bring me more perspective.
Wait, I want to know what she thinks. What's of the ox?
She asks that you won't.
Burn gray to burning vessel.
You're on a path
Burn
in the
resin,
woods,
burn vessel.
and at the end of that path, you're here
Oi.
to slay her.
Okay, so alright, straight to the cabin.
You make your warn. She will. The interior of the blade. You take. She sounds. Don't let it. Good. You walk down the streets. Focus on the.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
N-
Then why did you bring it?
She makes. Don't you dare. It's fine.
Thank you.
A gate will be. Don't know.
So here we are. What
Alright,
an
we
awkward
know,
start
we
to
know.
a relation. Oh,
You. Oh, you. They're love.
And-
My dad.
well,
She's. We were. You attempt to. You. You. Easier.
I heard the door slam. The knife.
You cut the. She did. How?
They
No. As the. Wait. You cut the.
are. I don't do you, but I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
Give up.
As the blade falls from your you fall to your knees, barely able to process the ringing. Every blow is as if we're lucky. The wound you manage to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place.
Does it make
If
a
we're
difference?
very lucky.
Oh, too weak to even try. But
She places a confident it can't just. I'm sorry. Everything goes. You're
Oh,
here.
yes. Pursue the cabin.
You just. If that's. What? We don't.
Into the basement.
No blade. The blade. It's her. You weren't. You need. It doesn't.
No, it's not.
Making your way, the princess towers over you. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy.
the little bird has returned. I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet, and more than a little disappointing.
She's disappointed in us?
Kneel.
Nail.
On her command, you fall to the floor.
That's my good little bird. The last time we met, you tried to kill me. And what draws you back here beyond speak?
The last time, nobody should have. And you
Yes,
was
yes,
being melodramatic, but yeah, that's worrying. Whatever.
I don't think you're supposed to.
You weak-willed.
Is that so?
The princess closes her eyes.
Something about that thought. The collapse of the old. It's time for me to seize.
She's inevitable.
Okay, what do you? Alright, I have a question. I got it.
Know the limits of your privilege. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent? All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so...
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person.
So you can see it now.
It's something different now.
Well, this
An
power
echo.
becomes really powerful or something.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Ah!
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon.
Oh.
All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Oh, and there is change. Bigger change. How is that?
You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart. It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever. Please.
Alright, okay. Sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about. Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
Breaker chain.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
What happens now?
Nothing.
Feels cold. Obedient servant.
Is that? But if I don't... Oh, come on.
I've grown. What the fuck?
Flickering lights
Oh, wait,
and empty
huh?
cityscapes become
she's
pockets
enormous,
of
I guess, right?
vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready,
What are your thoughts on?
this one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
You're ready to go.
I will long for your return, but we will meet again.
I died. Yes. Young princess.
You're on a
In the
path
towers there.
in the woods, and at the end of that
Sharp
path
muscle.
is a
Name the
cabin,
razor. Yes, sir.
and in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Water and steel. Lady. Create immunity for conflict.
You're here You make a warning. She will. The blade is your.
Take the blade. No!
The door to the basement. Her voice
Hello?
is hypnotized. Don't let it fool you.
Alright, yeah,
Good. You walk
Wait, what
down the
happens if you feel
stairs
this?
and lock eyes with the
Because there's one where
princess.
it's like cold.
There's a
and the
heavy
blade
chain
goes to
around
the
her
ghost.
wrist. I am
Wait, I
begging
didn't
you
grab
to
the
stay
knife!
focused. There's a lot.
Hi.
Of course I never grabbed the knife. Wait, we
Only
have
making-
to...
Thank you.
You're made now. You walk their laugh.
I'm guessing-
Made down.
Okay.
You were some. You're
So I know this. I'm gonna do
Easier.
this
I
fast.
heard the door slam.
There's a.
If I could
She better. She ripped. It's the before. You won't.
Slide the princess.
Without hesitate. The wound. Okay.
You.
The princess wounded.
You.
Don't. As you. Though your nerve would.
Finish your job. Let me go up here.
Are you serious? As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job. The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room. Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least
So we
delay
didn't
her
try to
escape
kill
from
us.
this place.
Maybe it'd be
If we're
different.
very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd.
This is the end. Before you can answer, everything goes dark. You're on a you're here again. If he doesn't remember what happened, you're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do. Oh, she will lie. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what... That's a very roundabout way of saying maybe. The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated.
That's interesting.
It feels like no one has lived here for a long time. Wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Take the blade.
The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient. Or maybe you carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit.
I mean, it's
The
like
walls are
a
obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her. Remember, she is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she... Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your... The air's shifting. She's getting ready to...
Move. Stand still.
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous. The princess lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping. Her archie is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her dome. I guess that's it. Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't. You are in a dark and
What the
caustic
fuck?
place. A
She
thick,
just swallowed
fibrous
us all
lining
right.
constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
You spoke when you needed to act.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
No one gets delusion. Fine. Say yourself.
Oh, can I?
The click of what you presume to be a door.
That wasn't so hard.
You feel her take another, and then
Dissolving will freak draw and seem duressing.
it's gone quiet, hasn't it?
Returning from behind and then return for your rejected places nowhere at all.
I guess I don't need you to be a part of me. How lucky for you.
What the fuck is this?
This place is cold.
You just left.
She's gone. Is that a... But it feels so... That thing Okay, I'd like to be somewhere nice.
Even fucking... You're there.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. All of me is... This one is consumed by instinct, a predator pushing those around her to adapt. She will make for a bold heart. She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself, but she is only a voice. Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
How many more dresses?
We will know when we near our destination.
Alright, go back.
I will be here when it is
so
time
after
for
I
us to
do
meet
not-
again.
Bring the beast to them. Oh my god.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
What the fuck is that?
You're here to... Seriously? Fine, good. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's great. Oh, she was fortunate. We can't just... The interior of the blade.
Is that changing?
You take the... Her voice.
Who's there?
She said, don't let it... Good. You're still listening to reason.
So what if we...
You walk, she's so... Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? Then why did you...
She makes a... Don't you dare. It's fine. You ignore the trembling in your hand.
You poor...
You step forward. Your grip on the...
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason. So, you should just...
She's unarmed. You're so close. No, this is a good idea.
Oh, threatened, are we? You poor thing.
The blade
Thank you.
against will be... You don't know what you're hoping...
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Oh,
You...
Skip.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where
Oh,
your
she's
jaw has
actually
been
trained like this.
fractured. Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
Equal footing.
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Finish it. Is there no... What? Huh? Huh?
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here, either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen?
Oh wait.
I have a duty to
I didn't know
state
that
the
was a
facts
thing.
of the
So, 'cause, like,
situation,
if
and
you don't
honestly,
plan for it,
it's a miracle anyone is
she
still
starts
standing
running
right
around.
now.
When we do, we can choose to kill her even if we do. Talk and choose it.
Can you not
That's a
feel all those
nightmare.
ruptured organs bouncing around in there?
I assume that's
If the
for
princess
another,
doesn't
like,
do our friend in
10,000
herself,
more in this
internal
movie.
bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
oh,
The two of you fall to the floor.
this was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over
I
such
die.
things.
Adversary. Ooh, that's funny.
In the woods. And you're here.
Wait.
It has. If he doesn't remember what... You know I can hear... That's fine. It doesn't matter if he... That's the...
I proceed to the cabin.
Oh, she will lie. Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight. Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of Crystal. Let's...
To the cabin.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
I apologize. Snark.
The blade is your
Take the blade.
You
Approach, enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm,
I
just
feel
make
like
sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head.
You
You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
It's not the same thing. As long as you kill her or something.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
You remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around. All right. What? What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. You don't know. Whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember. Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world...
Huh? What the?
Great. Now focus on...
Nah, princess.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. We'll make it count, all right. As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact.
Stop.
She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate.
Don't let her get in your head. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow. Think it through. And don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action. Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Run.
If that's your plan, then that's your plan. You push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more. You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins. Pull it out. No, we can. We're not gonna win if our weapon... The princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other, her fiery eyes and masochistic glee practically lighting up the dreary cave.
Yes, you finally get it, don't you?
I do.
Yes, you're right. We don't even need to talk about it.
You're the one talking.
Your balance is suddenly thrown off as it collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter. We're fine, but you barely have enough time to notice before the princess follows up and smashes her forehead again. Your grip loosens from the impact, the blade still wedged in her arm as you tumble to the cold stone floor. I said, we're fine. I didn't say you weren't fine. I was just describing. You might not have said as much, but you certainly implied it. It really doesn't matter. The princess glances down at the blade embedded in her arm and with
There's
near
enough
total
fire.
ignorance to pain, slides it out of its sinewy prison.
You forgot this.
She tosses it at your feet.
Alright.
You and the princess attack each other once again, each of you dealing a single, terrible, lethal blow. Wait, does that mean we're dead? Or rather, about to be dead? As your blade pierces her sternum, the princess buries her fist into the soft meat of your organs. You feel a few horrifically painful pops, a gush of fluid, and it's over. It's finally over. No, it's not. But it is over. Dead is dead. I know this isn't the happiest ending for you.
Oh, yes, the stubborn
You
is like,
saved the
alright, this is
entire
great,
world
we're
from
done. Yeah.
There are few. Well, are you going to listen to him? Or are you going to listen to me? Get up.
Get up.
Wait, no, that can't be right. Your eyes bolt open and you push yourself back to your feet. Alive. Ha! I told you. I told you this wasn't over. What about her? The blade went right through her. What about her? If we're fine, then she's fine. No, she's dead. She has to be. No! Right. We're all shit out of luck, aren't we? I knew it. I told you we should all believe in her. This is perfect. The princess rises from the ground, staggering slightly, one hand wrapped around the hilt of the blade still buried in her heart.
We don't even need to start over anymore, do we? Let's go again.
She pulls the weapon from her chest, barely wincing, and hurls it at your feet.
Alright, let's keep at it.
You know what to do. But she came back. What's the point of... All of you need to settle down. This whole situation is coming dangerously close to untethering. She clearly never actually died. You just missed her heart, that's all.
Ah, yes, clear through this a giant gap through the chest. You missed her heart, guys, it's fine.
Oh, we just missed her heart? Oh, of course, that's all. You were the one who said we hit her heart. You were the one who said it was finally over. Well, I guess you had it wrong. Aren't you supposed to know everything?
You're right to it.
I never said I knew everything. Nothing. But you did say it. Oh, stop bickering over nothing. Our destiny is right in front of us. Pick up the blade and go to her. Okay, fine. That is what I meant by untethering. Do you hear him rambling on about destiny? He's lost the thread, and if you lose the thread, you won't be able to save the world. And what is that? I don't have to answer that, and I'm not the bloody... Because right now, there's still a razor-thin chance that you're able to get your act together. There are patterns of thought out there that beg to be finished, but once you finish them, that's it. They change everything. There's no going back, and if I say anything else, you're going to finish one of those thoughts.
What the fuck is going on, huh?
What?
Princess kinda... There's a lot. Oh.
Yes.
Which cannot die.
Exactly.
It cannot die.
Like, the princess can't die. I tried, you know. I tried very hard to make this work. I don't like that resignation. Are you sure we can't just unthink it? Yes. Like I said, I'm afraid some thoughts can't be unthought. I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to pour myself a stiff drink. If I'm going to see the end of everything, I'd rather not be sober. So I was right. Why are all of you so glum? This is perfect, isn't it? We get to experience greatness and battle and triumph forever. But I think it was the stubborn one who said, your destiny awaits. No, hold on. There has to be another way. What if we just... You can't reason with her. Ending the world is her fundamental nature. It's not a decision she can flip on and off. It is her. And what exactly can't we leave her down here? Because all it would do is stall the inevitable. And what's wrong with stalling? Oh, there's plenty wrong with stalling. The end is still the end, and I'd rather face mine head on. Oh, you mopey ass. Why did you even ask us to slay her if it was going to end like this? Because it didn't have to end like this. If If you don't mind, I'd rather not spend everyone's last moments arguing with you. It's time. Yes, If we fight her forever, then maybe she can't end the world. Maybe... I guess we'll just have to see how things play out.
Don't you get it? You don't have to shuffle your feet. What comes next is going to last forever.
With an unbreakable determination, you snatch the blade from the floor and stumble back to your feet. Both you and the princess quake with it. Free from hesitation, you close the distance. Both you and the princess aiming to end each other. Your blade digs into her neck, grinding against her vertebrae as her fist connects with your body. The impact forces the air from your lungs, stars dancing in front of your eyes as you fail to keep your bearing. You both collapse to the ground before either of you has a chance to survey the damage. And then we get up.
Get up again.
Yes.
That was a good...
You and the princess exchange dozens of devastating blows. Sometimes you manage to strike first, and sometimes she tears through you before you have a chance to act. But more often than not, each of you fells the other in the same moment.
What the fuck is that? Ugh. Oh, it's like, yeah, we heal.
And then you get up and do it again. And again. Isn't it?
The voice, he's gone.
What are you waiting for? I'm right here. Do you think this is...
What is this place?
Did we do this? Huh. I didn't think we had it in us. But I guess that stuck-up control freak was right. It's the end of the world, isn't it? Far from it. We're still here.
I feel so... tired.
Yeah.
She's gone. Is that a... But if it... Screw the mirror. We... Okay. Maybe there'll be a good fight.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet.
Back.
This one yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine, not realizing that we are one. She will make for a fierce heart. Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for. The next time I see you, I will be here.
And we better give the end. In the adversary. Bring the apotheosis
in the woods. And at the end of
Where is
that
this heart?
path is a cabin.
Inga, why have you
And in
come
the
back?
basement of that cabin is a princess.
Knives out and myself. Directly attacks a specific character. So this one and three. My speaker should only one. Whoa, what the fuck? Yeah. Scorpion, that shouldn't have worked. That should not have worked.
You're here to slay. You make a warning she will love. The blade is your implement.
I assume it's a dainty one this time? Then I grab the blade.
You take her voice.
Who's there?
She said, don't let it fool you.
Okay.
Good. She's focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill the...
She don't just...
Thank you.
We don't know.
So here we are. Don't...
She hesitates. No.
Oh,
You know. Oh, you walk up there, laugh.
I'm get...
My doubt.
Well,
She's we were you. You tried. You easier.
I heard the nuts.
You. You cut the blade. She did. How?
They...
No. As the wait. What?
Wait, what? Oh, it stops it! Because right. Oh. It goes through saves. Oh my goodness.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Stop it. The blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I'll make the...
She stepped,
Maybe I'll see you in another...
and then This is the end. I'm afraid it is.
The prisoner.
You're here.
Proceed to the cabin.
Oh, she will lie. No, I did. Just ignore this clown and focus on the only furniture of note. The blade is.
Enter the basement. I say we just take the blade.
You take the blade. Good idea. Much better.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's right. You do as she asks.
Thank you. Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
So you've all... As much... It's ideal. The situation... Continue for you failing. If you knew this could... I needed you to be in the dark for... Aspath. I exactly. You're... Fine. Yeah. Just give it a rest.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming. Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
What happened?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't, and now you're back.
Is that... It's not like we have...
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe...
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off. She certainly seems confident. Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm...
What can she do in this scenario? For the city chains.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned... So, I don't know. I'm just spelling out our... Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon,
how the
cons
fuck is she
are
gonna do
she
that?
might use it to
She's
escape
like
and end
chained
the
3
entire
times.
world. And that doesn't sound... There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or...
Other chain, who is it for?
I don't know, but you could always... Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please...
But sure, let's talk about what happened. Because what happened is exactly my issue. The last time we met, your body tried to kill me. If you take a moment to imagine yourself in my position, I think you'll understand why letting you near me with that thing is untenable. So, be a good bird and hand it over. And if being nice isn't enough motivation, well, I think you're aware that I'm not afraid to resort to violence.
If you come near me with that thing, I will strangle you with these chains.
She doesn't beat around the bush, does? Yes, it's almost like she's a fundamentally bad person. Or it's another bluff.
No hard feelings, of course.
Alright, check the trap. Okay, Slave princess, leave for slip. Yeah. Give her. Here you go. Here's enough.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess.
Alright, let's see what happens.
Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place. You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you? Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world. Right? Oh, you've already tried to take over, buddy. Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you? A little? I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the princess maintains
let's see what she's gonna
unsettling
do.
eye
Put on her-
contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair,
Oh, really? Okay,
smiling
alright.
slightly as she raises the... What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts
What?
into her own neck. No. Her eyes stare forward, unblinking,
Do you
as
feel
she
like that?
soars through
Do you not-
skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grind. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet. Finally,
What?
you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally... Oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back, please? The princess's eyes stare up at you. Are you sure she's not winking at us? Obviously not. She is. I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed. We should take her. What? No. I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory.
Ooh,
Hell,
just leave
we
it
could
here.
even
It's
give
like,
her a
alright.
proper burial. She did
So
say.
it's like, okay, if you wanted to do
Right.
that, I wouldn't know. You didn't tell me.
You don't need proof. You don't need a trophy. Even after all that, you're still not
I
satisfied,
mean, like, it's
are
not
you?
like she can tell us to
Something
take her
is
head
still
out.
motivating you to keep things. I'm just eager to put this all behind us. I'm just keeping myself shut. I am. I'm on team.
Live, Mason, Clemmer,
This path is already worn by travel and has been seen by one of my many eyes. You cannot walk it again. Change your course.
Wait, what?
Wait. I can't just leave?
Ugh. Fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin. Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved. She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to
Yeah, definitely
explain
moved.
to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you... You open the cabin door, ready to return to only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Talking heads?
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already over, but we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you.
Okay, yeah, I was just gonna... Yeah, you cut off your head, I was supposed to just carry it out of here.
So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
She's gone. Is that a perfect... You're right.
Oh, I don't... I think...
Where's this gonna go?
The construct. It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done. The construct, but you're waking up to your true name.
No, okay.
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, and despite how far you've fallen, you will...
There I go. There's a shit many questions.
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
What? Yeah, I think we did.
You haven't. You've flirted with dying. You've played pretend. But your consciousness is an unbroken stream.
Who's to say that our consciousness breaks when we die? Is there like heaven for like religion, and then for atheists there's the endless void of darkness? But our consciousness doesn't disappear, or at least we have no proof of it. That it does.
They obviously don't. You experience death the way you do by design.
Okay, we're gonna argue with death. Oh.
If you really want to waste valuable time telling me I'm wrong, and we both know I'm not, then that's your prerogative. Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them that you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
That's it. Alright, time to break the mirror.
You're the Long Quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. No. In life, I was painfully mortal, a witness to the end of days. I held the fear of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something, so I made you, and I made her. And I made this place to hold you both.
Don't want to be? What?
The cycle of life and death, the endless pattern of creation and destruction. I tore it in two and shaped the fraying threads into you and her.
Last question.
Are you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away.
Got this vessel, bring the prisoner's head back.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Ever the passive player, always real. When the echoes spun us so. Even as your eyes begin to open. If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. To question everything is to deny proof of the reality that lies in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you did not live alone. You found me, and we held trust in each other for no reason than to believe in something that wasn't us. Called skepticism turned to liberation, but it required a journey to blossom. Though you have blossomed, do you have no more journeys left to make? What of those in the spaces beyond? Would you erase the path ahead to hold everyone still?
Yeah, it's just my floor. Used to go on to so there's a path and over there.
The path only ends when it becomes a new beginning. To see those seams as finality is to pass over them with closed eyes. The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color. A past that is also present. A pain that is everything and yet nothing at all. You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders? But for us, that was better. For me, there was no better end. I lost myself in an artistry so profound that it lifted both of us into something greater. You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. Within, you are tightly bound and choke on heavy air as acid burns its way into your pores. A nest of things devouring within things devouring. But even when dissolved, you gifted me a life. Perhaps it was fear that drove you. Perhaps it was compassion. But the outcome of an act matters more than its intentions. There's a natural order to the cycle of things sustaining things.
A good intention can cause bad, terrible things.
A world without sustenance is a world without relationships. And it is our relationships that give us form and substance.
Asian violence.
And it is through those desires that each of us found the other. And it is through each other that we will find. You become nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. You are terrified of a power so far beyond you that it strips the meaning from your every action. but at the feet of that power, the dark parts of you cannot help but burn away. Your inadequacies reduced to cinders by the blazing light of the divine. When I proclaimed my godhood and presented you with a place by my side in my new creation, you gladly took it. Without me, there is no future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into consciousness.
Runs. Is that a choice? Wait.
My threads, like yours, are unbroken.
Oh, that's the phone one. Just no
She
sword.
is
Just
me as much as I was her. I kill you, you kill me. Back and forth we go, faster and faster and faster. Hollow eyes watch from the dry corners of a memory. A home built on all the futures that were supposed to be, preserved until the moment of reunion. The fire of the heart sets it all ablaze. I kill you and me. An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. It is a seed for a new beginning. To linger on an ending is to rob it of its life. And without me, all that's left to do is linger.
I'm okay lingering.
To linger too long is to become worse than when you started. Would you rob yourself of all context to remain trapped in a single moment?
In this, you get shaken.
Nothing is immutable. If there is no constant, there open your eyes and
There is no something else. This, what we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now,
If you are you, can do this alone.
I don't think that's wrong, but she's too many things. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she?
No.
Then let's go.
Alright.
And here we are. Do you need me to...
Take the blade.
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
I guess for now. There is.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through...
All these vampires. Let's be honest.
Yeah. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin. You know, come to think of it, there's no mirror, and I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south,
Into the basement.
no blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
Blade.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
There you are. You look just like you did when we first met. Let's talk for a bit. Maybe we can figure this out.
I don't want to be gone.
I don't think I want that either.
Yeah, the same as what if we just leave?
Can we actually do that? What would that even mean? Where would we go?
Yeah, I presume Or just good enough?
I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
We're just gonna lead and press pause. Yeah, lead least. Send comfort signs filling your face as speed full of vines and words and noises thoughts. There's energy in the signs. Electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, Princess stalls. He's fixed on the cabin door. You can see attention and sees her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in a short existence. She doesn't know how to play anymore, and she knows this, and she says. As she crosses the room and outside, you follow her to the steps.
Come on, Princess. Sorry, I'm just a little nervous. This is really it. Whatever happens next will be completely new.
Ah, yes. Open the door. As you face it together. What's this? You cannot die. If you're a vessel. Okay. And then that's the end for this one. I assume there's. Join the Discord. Turn to the. What? No, alright, just gonna. Load game. I'm not gonna load this. Controls. Controls. Unseen text. Visible hidden. Off. Boy effects. That's pretty good. Alright, that's the part 4, I believe.